Hello everyone. Uh, Today we'll start with the 555 timer IC. 555 timer IC is a very important topic that are generally there are some questions that are being asked in analog electronics. From recent in past 2 to 3 years, there are not much question being asked in this topic. But although it is a very simple topic, so this topic is very important from the point of view of interview. This topic is being asked generally in the question based on in the different IITs when you go for the interview. So I'll start with the 555 timer IC. This is on the right side. This is the IC layout of 555 timer: ground pin, trigger, output, reset, control, threshold, discharge, and VCC. The left hand side, this side, this is the internal diagram of 555 timer IC. The IC 555 is called 555 because it has three 5K resistance. Let me show you. This is 5K. Similarly, this is 5K, and this resistor is also 5K. So because of presence of these three 5K resistors, it is called 555 timer resistor. The IC is very simple. Now I am removing these resistors. The circuit is very simple. These two are op-amp. These op-amp will work in a comparator mode, that is non-linear application. This is SR flip-flop. This is a transistor. This is the output. These two transistors, op-amps are used as a comparator. So this is the VCC and this is ground. So I can say this is VCC by 3, 2 VCC by 3, and this point will be VCC by 3. We can apply the voltage divider rule. So this is VCC. There are 3 resistors of equal value. So the net voltage across each resistor is VCC by 3. So across this 2 VCC by 3, and here it is VCC by 3. So we have here VCC voltage, 2 VCC by 3, and VCC by 3. Output stage is nothing but a inverter. Whatever logic is here, the output will be the opposite of that value. So the application of 555 timer IC is to make different type of multivibrators. What are the multivibrators? Multivibrators are the circuit which are used to make different pulses. There are basically 3 type of multivibrators. First is monostable. This is monostable multivibrator. Other one is astable and bistable. Monostable means only one. What is the square wave? If we draw, this is square wave. So monostable means either this part of waveform or this part of waveform is stable. Stable means when we give a trigger, it will change its. Let us assume in monostable the higher upper part of the waveform is stable. So when I give a trigger, before giving the trigger, it will be the lower value. It will be like this. Wait. Let me draw on a different page. So like this, before coming trigger it will be like this. As soon as I give trigger, it will go and come down again. Then trigger, if there is no trigger, it will continue to go like this. This is a monostable. So first we will study about monostable. So this is the circuit of monostable. If we look at this circuit, this left part, this is the partition. This line is partition. This left part is an IC based circuit, and right part I have connected this resistance and capacitor in the circuit. So this is R resistor. R resistor is between 8th pin and 7th pin. So our 8th pin is VCC, so I have connected with VCC, and this is with respect to 7th pin. 6th pin and 7th pin are short. So what was the 6th pin? This was the 6th pin. Okay, this was the 6th pin. So I have shorted this pin here, and 7th pin is shorted here, and I am giving trigger at pin number 2. Okay, so this is my trigger. So my trigger, what is the trigger value that we will discuss, and it is the output. The output will be taken from here. As I have already told you, output is nothing but Output is nothing but an inverter. So how does this circuit work? Let us start with that. Let us assume that initial output is 0. Let us assume this is 0. If output is 0, then this must be 1 then this must be 1 because output is nothing but inverter stage. If this is 1, it means this transistor is on. This transistor will be on. On means it will become like short circuit. The transistor is acting as a switch. So when we give 1, the transistor becomes short circuit. When we give 0, the transistor will become open circuit. So when I am giving it 1, this transistor is short circuit. So this capacitor is connected as a short circuit. So therefore this terminal is ground. If this is ground, this 7th pin is ground, this pin is also ground. So let me write it here. This is 0. So it is also 0. And this pin is 2/3 VCC. When 2/3 VCC is on negative side is higher than the positive side, it means the output will be 0. Op-amp logic output. Logic 1 is when V positive is greater than V minus negative, and logic 0 when V negative is greater than V positive. Similarly, see the trigger. Just observe this trigger. This trigger is generally higher, and as soon as I give trigger, it will go down low and it comes back. So what is the voltage level? In the rightmost corner there, here I have defined in rightmost corner I have what is the trigger value. So VCC by 3 is generally the normal line, and as soon as I give trigger, it will become 0, that is ground, and it will come back to the VCC by 3. So if trigger is not given, this pin is VCC by 3. So here it is VCC by 3. So VCC by 3 or just above than VCC by 3. VCC by 3 I have used as a reference, but you can assume it is just above than VCC by 3. So it is just above than VCC by 3. So negative is higher again with the positive. So negative higher, so again 0. If we give 0 0 to SR flip-flop, it means no change. So the condition will remain same and output will continue to remain 0. Now what will happen? Now I am changing the condition. When you note it down in a notebook, assume this is case 1. What was the case 1? Initial output was 0, and we have derived this situation. When initial output was 0, the input of the transistor is 1. So transistor is short circuit, capacitor voltage is 0. Therefore the output of both the op-amp will be 0. And since SR flip-flop, when both the input are 0, the output is no change. Okay. Now I will go to the different condition. So it is case 2. What is the case 2? Let me redraw it. Case 2 is when I have provided a trigger. So as soon as I give the trigger here, where is the trigger? This pin. At this pin I am providing this trigger. This trigger means the voltage suddenly goes to the 0. As soon as voltage goes to the 0, the positive part become higher, so the output will op-amp become 1. It is still 0. So R is 1 and S is 0. In that case, output is of SR flip-flop is 0, and the net output of the circuit will become 1. Since this is 0, so my transistor will become an open circuit. Because it will act as like a switch. So the capacitor will try to charge. And it will charge from this resistor. Capacitor will charge from this path. This is, by the way, VCC. So capacitor will try to charge. Now after that, as soon as the capacitor will try to charge. Now what will happen as the capacitor voltage is increasing? Now so one more thing. If we talk about the duration of the trigger time, that is this time, the duration of the trigger time, it is quite less compared to the output pulse. So when the capacitor is charging, we are assuming the trigger pulse has gone to its normal position, that is at VCC by 3 or just above than VCC by 3. What am I saying? When the capacitor is charging with this RC path, since capacitor charging takes some time, when it is charging, the trigger pulse has gone back, because trigger pulse means very short duration pulse. It is very short duration, so it comes and goes away. So what will happen when the time I have now just told you that the situation when the trigger pulse is logic 0. Now what will happen suddenly when the trigger pulse become again logic 1? As soon as the trigger pulse again become logic 1, this will also again VCC by 3. It will again this will again become 0. 0 0 means no change. So this will continue to remain 0 and this will remain continue to output until the capacitor is charging. Until the capacitor is charged. Now capacitor is charging. This is connected with this capacitor is connected with this path. Positive part of the first op amp. The upper op amp, it is connected with the positive part. The negative part is 2 by 3 VCC. As soon as this capacitor is charged up to 2 by 3 VCC, the capacitor will take some time to get charged. But as the capacitor charges up to the 2 by 3 VCC and above that, then what will happen? The positive terminal of first op amp will have the higher voltage. It will cross when the capacitor voltage is crossing the 2 by 3 VCC. So at the positive terminal of the op amp will have higher voltage than 2 by 3 VCC. Therefore, the logic will be 1. So what will happen when S is 1 and R is 0? As S is 1 and R is 0, this will become 1. Similarly, this will become 0. And again, the transistor will become short circuit. As soon as the transistor becomes short circuit, the capacitor will start discharge, and then again the voltage across the positive terminal of the first op amp, across this terminal will goes down 2 by 3 VCC, and then it will become again 0. 0 means no change, so it will continue to remain 1 and the output will remain continue 0. So the output will be, and when there is no trigger, it is 0. As soon as trigger comes, it becomes 1, and after some time it becomes 0, and it will remain like that. So this will be my output of this circuit. So it is monostable. Only the lower logic of this output waveform is stable. Upper part is not stable. Whenever we design a waveform, we have to also make sure, we have to also calculate what is the time width. What is the time width? What is the time duration? This is x-axis is time duration, y-axis is voltage. So what is the time duration on x-axis? This value. So we need to calculate this. How do we calculate this? What will be the wait, let me move it. So for how much amount of time the output will remain logic 1 is totally dependent on the charging of a capacitor. As long as this capacitor takes time to get charged, only for that amount of time there will be on time. This I can say it is on time for the output pulse. Whereas off time of the output pulse we cannot calculate because it will remain off until and unless we get a trigger pulse. So right now I'm going to calculate the on time. So this is how we can calculate the on time. See this curve. This is when the capacitor is charging. As soon as the capacitor starts charging from 0 up to 2 VCC by 3, as soon as it reaches 2 VCC by 3, it starts declining and the output wave shifted. So this is the charging equation of a capacitor. Any capacitor is when it is charging, it is represented by this equation. What is this equation? VC is the voltage on the capacitor. VCC, in this case VCC, the charging voltage, the amount of voltage with which it is charging. 1 E where minus T is the time, and RC is the time constant, where R represents the net resistance coming into the part of the capacitor, and C is the capacitor. So if we see the net resistance, it charges with VCC, so I have taken already VCC voltage, and the net resistance is seen is this resistance R, so it is charging with this R resistance. So wait, I think I have done some mistake here. It should be 2 VCC by 3. So 2 VCC by 3 equals to VCC 1 minus e to the minus T on RC. If you calculate VCC by VCC is got cancel, take and just take anti-log, and you calculate T on comes out to be wait. I think I'm doing some mistake here. Let me check. So, no, I'm right. Just replace its 2 VCC by 3 equals to VCC 1 minus ET minus T1 by RC. Take the ratio, it comes out to be RC ln 3. This value comes out to be T1 is RC ln 3. So the charging time, the on time for the waveform, the on time of the waveform will be T on is equals to RC ln 3. One more thing, this type of circuit is also known as pulse stretcher. I have written it, it is also known as pulse stretcher. What do you mean by pulse stretcher? The input is lower trigger pulse. The trigger pulse is very short duration. I have already told you that the duration of the incoming pulse is very short, trigger pulse. So incoming pulse is very short duration, and it is now the output pulse has a higher time compared to the incoming pulse. So what is happening? Incoming pulse, which has a lower time duration, has stretched up to a higher time duration. So it is also known as pulse stretcher signal. So monostable multivibrator is also known as pulse stretcher. Now in the next class, I'll start with a stable multivibrator and bistable multivibrator. So in this class we have seen 555 timer and the application of 555 timer as a monostable multivibrator. Okay, thank you.